Katrina, welcome back to The Blend here in Chicago.
Well, thank you very much.
You've got a new book, a new CD, you're on tour. How the hell do you have enough time in the day?
Well, it's what I do, and it keeps me off the streets. It keeps me out of trouble, and I absolutely love it. Retro Futura is going brilliantly well with all of us piled onto 16 of us on one tour bus and bumping around all through the night from Wichita to Denver to Wichita down to wherever we were last night and where we are right now, which is, where are we right now? Tuscaloosa. Somebody's trying to say, no, Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa,
Alabama.
Yeah, you're down in Alabama, and you're going to be here in Chicago next month, so.
Yeah, we absolutely cannot wait. Everybody's really looking forward to going to Chicago.
It will be a lot of fun. I'll be backstage, too. Maybe we'll do some Facebook Live, say hello to the fans as they're walking in. What do you think?
Yeah, we would love to. That'd be wonderful.
Now, let's talk about who you're on tour with. You got Men Without Hats, nice. Modern English, oh yeah. English Beat, Paul Young, Howard Jones. This must be a blast, touring with these guys.
Well, yes, it is a blast. It's incredible, and people like Paul Young haven't been in America for years and years. English Beat have been going around America for a while now, and they're incredibly exciting. The audience just love them. They don't want them to leave the stage. Howard Jones is also brilliant. We've worked with Howard many times. We did Retro Futura with him 3 years ago. And the audiences are just loving it. It doesn't seem like the love for the 80s music is ever going to die. And the most incredible thing is when you're there in the concerts and you close your eyes, you could be back. You know, it's kind of like everything's changed, but when you hear that music, nothing has changed. You know, it's like you're exactly back where you were when you were happy, when you were young.
That's right, but now we dance around, we pull muscles. That's the difference.
Yeah, exactly. But there's still an incredible amount of ugly dad dancing when I perform Walking on Sunshine, which is always great to see.
Well, wait a second. Are you talking specifically of me and my bad white man dancing?
I'm afraid I've seen your dancing, and it's bad. It's got to be said. It's bad, Steve.
Well, that's why we videotape it and we show it to our kids, just to show how cool we really are.
Yeah, we are. Music from the 80s is bad. It had great melodies and sounds and, you know, an incredible time for music, iconic music that is, it's timeless now. It really is. I can't think of any music in the early 200s or even the 90s that will be so iconic. It's the melodies, the sound of the instruments back then, the attitude. Everybody knows every word and every melody. It's unbelievable. It's great to be out there playing it. America is a beautiful place to tour. It's the place and every musician wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be on tour in America, on that bus, like you're in a wash machine, bumping around in there. It's great.
Can you believe it's been 30-plus years since Walking on Sunshine? I couldn't believe that when I looked it up just to verify what year that came out.
Well, it was 1985, and yes, it's incredible. It is one of the songs that it's quite unusual to find somebody who hasn't heard it, practically globally. It's getting to the point that maybe people, the recognition of Katrina and the Waves isn't as strong as it used to be, but if you say Walking on Sunshine, they're right there with you.
Everybody knows that song. Everybody knows that song. I looked it up because I'm a radio guy. You've passed the 2.5 million plays. That's a lot of plays. That's up there like The Police and Every Breath You Take.
Okay, well, that's really interesting. I didn't know it had reached 2.5 million. Yeah. That's good to know. Yeah. Well, you know, it's been used in so many commercials, and Dolly Parton even covered it. Did you ever hear her version of it?
That one, and let me tell you what else. There's a mariachi version and a punk version out there, too.
Brilliant. I'm in. I want to hear the mariachi version. I'm totally in. I'm going to listen to that. When I retire, I'm going to listen to the mariachi version of Walking on Sunshine to remember back in the day.
That's right. You just tag my name on there. I'll send it to your people. You'll be going, wait a second, mariachi? I'm in. I'm absolutely in.
Give me a cold beer and the mariachi version of Walking on Sunshine, and I'm in. I'm done. Retirement.
And how could you dance wrong to that, to the mariachi? Right there. I'm totally in. Give me some tequila. I am in, Katrina.
That should be the question of the day, Steve. How could you dance wrong to the mariachi version of Walking on Sunshine? Hashtag, how could you dance wrong? Brilliant.
We're going to put that out there. I guarantee that hashtag will be out there. Now, the last time you were on, it was your last CD, which still gets requested left and right. Sun Coming Upper. Love that song, Texas Cloud. That is one at the top of the list every month for requests. How do you do it?
Kidding. I had no idea. You know, it's you make an album, you write it, you put it out there, and if something good happens to it, 9 times out of 10, you don't hear about it. Mm-hmm. Sun Coming Upper is one of my favorite songs to perform and sing, as is Texas Cloud. And it's good to know that because, you know, when I'm performing live, I never really know what people want to hear. Mm-hmm. And so, yes, please keep playing it, and I will be in your town soon to perform it for you.
What's kind of nice is for hearing what it is that I do, I get to play whatever I want. I don't have to follow no corporate radio playlist, which I despise. 80s and 90s stations, they only play like the hits, that's it. Not here. I get to play whatever I want. That's why I was so glad to have you come back on with you coming to town next month.
Well, that's so refreshing because obviously we are our past hits, but we are all still making music. Yep. And currently writing and recording, so it's always nice if people can enjoy your new material as well and get something out of it. It's very rewarding and makes us think that we're still, you know, valid, you know, that we're still offering people something, because obviously, you know, we don't just do this for ourselves. We do it hoping that it's going to somehow resonate with people and they will enjoy it and sing it, request it, come to the shows to hear it. That's just music to our ears because that's what we do. We do it for you.
Now, one of the fans of my show, The Blend, sent me a single that I did not know existed that you sang on. It was with Eric Burdon. What?
Sure, we got to get out of this place. We did that for a show called China Beach. You may need to Google it, which had Dana Delaney,
yes,
Ricky Lake.
Yes,
we're in China Beach, and we just thought it would be a great idea that there was a scene where everybody went to the recreation hall, whatever they used to call it in the military back then, and that me and Eric Burdon would be the entertainment for the night. And so, yeah, we re-recorded We Got to Get Out of This Place, and my God, what a pleasure that was to work with Eric. And we made a video together for it. I guess you can see that on YouTube. But, yeah, great fun and such a great song, and Eric Burdon, well, you know, he rocks.
I mean, royalty right there. You're singing with royalty.
Yes, absolutely.
So how did that come about? I was a fan of China Beach, and that's what they had sent to me. And I kind of went, wait a second, I don't remember that particular song. Or I was in L.A. at the time, and it's all a haze still.
Well, I think you were in L.A. and it was all a haze, as it often is, Steve. You know, we were in a haze as well for most of our career. It came about because I think that's what Warner Records do and Warner Productions. They just think, right here we need a spot in the show. Now, who would be a good pairing to do We Got to Get Out of This Place? And I guess my name came up. I don't quite know how or why exactly, but it was just one of those lucky turns of fate.
Now, if you come to Chicago and Eric Burdon shows up, I won't let it out. I will not start that rumor. I won't.
Okay. All right. Right. We'll keep it to ourselves.
Because no one's listening right now. No way when they hashtag that.
Oh, it'll be great. We can't wait to be there. And the show is hot, and by then it's going to be even hotter.
Yep.
And the best thing about it is, you know, you're performing, you're looking at a sea of faces, and they're all smiling, and they're all singing along, and they're all remembering how good it felt. Because, you know, hashtag, don't it feel good?
Mm-hmm.
Take you back to when times were good and easy, and we didn't have to feel so fearful, afraid for our lives the whole time. It's 4 hours of just a blissful journey from the past.
So are you still wearing the Chuck Taylors when you come out?
No, I'm not. I had to move on. I really did. It was just, it's ridiculous for a 57-year-old woman to still be wearing them. Yes.
But those are the hottest shoes out there right now again.
I know that all went full circle, but it's still, I just wouldn't feel right. No, I got my cool shoes now. I got grown-up girl shoes.
I had to explain that to my daughter who was wearing those, and she's like, Dad, stop it. You never wore these because they didn't exist in the 80s, in the 70s.
Oh, yes, they did.
So I showed the video, Katrina. I'm like, hello, right there.
Yep, there you go. We're way ahead of the pack.
And she said, stop it, walk away, and I mean right now, Dad. So, like, what happened to our coolness? I also did notice you are the only woman on tour with this group. What's wrong there?
Well, I'm the token woman on tour. I think, it comes to the Retro Future. They said, okay, it's great. We've got the ensemble. We've got all the people we need. And then somebody said, you haven't got any girls on the roster. And so then my phone rang, and I was very happy to be asked. And it's nice because there's another a keyboard player who is in the band that I use. And so we've got the whole back section of the bus to ourselves. We don't have to share it with the smelly boys and their stinky feet.
Yeah.
So that worked out really well.
Well, with your new album coming out, The Very Best Of, and the new book. So tell me about those two. I know you're short on time, so I want to make sure at least we talk about it.
Well, The Very Best Of, since the split with the Waves in about 2001, I've recorded some albums and recorded some live material, some exclusives, some of my favorite songs like River Deep, Mountain High recorded live, a couple versions of live Walking on Sunshine, one done in kind of a Tex-Mex border style, recorded in London, and some original material. That's all on The Very Best of Katrina. And the book is called Peggy Lee Loves London, because I've lived in London for 40 years. I know all the best places to go, and all the best places are represented in a little photographic book by my little white poodle called Peggy Lee. And so she goes to all the cool places in London. So if you're thinking about going to London, you want to buy this book, because I know all the cool places. And the book is going to be for sale at the show, at all the shows. And I will sign it for you if you ask nicely and give me a nice Chicago smile.
See, that's the best thing about these shows, is that you get a chance to meet people like you after the show, because you hang around, you say hello, you're approachable, versus some of these other bands, they're gone. Like Paul McCartney, who was just in town. He just got on a helicopter and flew away.
Well, that's not right. We're only here because of you. And it's the nicest thing about the shows for me is to meet the people who come to the shows and say, like last night we did Dallas, and somebody came up and they said, I saw you 36 years ago here supporting Don Henley.
Oh, my God.
And stuff you'd forgotten about completely. It's great fun. I mean, somebody came up to me and he tried to put $10 in my hand and said, I'll give you $10 to pose for a photo of me and my daughter. I said, are you kidding? I'm not taking money for a photo. It's absolutely free. And he said, well, a lot of people, you have to pay them to have your photo taken with them. Now, what kind of world is that? I ask you. Not the right one.
I'm not going to suggest that I take PayPal if someone wants to take my picture. I'm not suggesting that at all. So
PayPal. Yeah. Pay me by PayPal. We can have our photograph taken.
There you go. We'll be right there. Swipe right there. That's why when I go on tour, when I'm out with you guys, it's called the Direct Deposit Tour. Just swipe right here and come on in. So
yes, right. Yeah. I mean, I'll just wear a machine on my head. Swipe here. Then we can have our photo taken. Ridiculous.
Katrina, always a blast to have you. We're going to have you on more often. I will see you next month when you arrive here in Chicago. We'll see you backstage, okay?
Can't wait, Steve. Looking forward to it very, very much. Thank you so much, as always, for the chat.
No problem, Katrina. We'll be in touch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Take care.
All right, bye now.
Bye.
Next month, Katrina and the Waves and the rest of the guys, they're going to be in town August 18th. That's right, August 18th. Here in St. Charles. Tickets are still available. Do not go anywhere. Here is a double dip of some Katrina. I did say Eric Burdon, so guess what? That's what you're going to get. You're listening to The Blend.